I originally got into a contract with Miss Iris Lucy here on the pretenses that it would be shooting a water fasting documentary that would show all aspects of one's emotions. When the documentary came out, it alluded to me being a negative person in an evil light.
All right, so a water fasting documentary. How long were you supposed to fast?
30 days, Your Honor.
All right, so 30 days of fasting on water only?
Yes, Your Honor.
Oh my goodness. And Ms. Lucy was the producer or the head of the production company?
Correct, Your Honor. She was the writer and the producer.
All right, and so the purpose of the documentary, Ms. Lucy, was to show what? Weight loss, clarity, mental clarity? What were you showing? What was the purpose of the documentary?
Well, water fasting has become sort of a health trend as of late, so I wanted to get on the ground floor with portraying what all of the benefits that you can get from water fasting. Some of those are health benefits, some of those are fighting disease benefits, some of those are increased skin clarity benefits, and some of them are mental clarity benefits.
Okay, how many people were in this documentary?
12 in total.
All right. And they were supposed to be, what, in a house?
That's correct. My budget allowed for us to rent a house in Malibu, a beautiful house in Malibu to shoot.
Your Honor, may I interject here?
Yes, please.
That Malibu house was not luxury by far.
It wasn't?
No. We lived with the crew, Your Honor. And the entire time, her and her crew were taunting us. They had food in the refrigerator.
So you lived with the crew, well, presumably so they could capture you at all times of night, right? So what, there were cameras there and the house. But you're saying they were eating in front of you. You didn't send the crew to like a trailer or somewhere else to eat?
No, I didn't find that necessary, nor did we have the space. We had a limited budget. The house that I rented in Malibu is what we could afford. And part of the experiment, if you will, was to see how our participants responded.
So part of it was not just about what drinking water would do, but it was also kind of how do you resist the temptation to eat smelling food. You were doing that as another layer.
Behavioral reactions, yes, Your Honor.
Another layer of this documentary.
That's
how
correct.
they react.
To test their level of commitment. I mean, Miss Larson came to me as a struggling actress, and she clearly thought that she was going to be the star of my documentary. I provided her an opportunity to get some recognition, to accept this challenge. She wanted to lose some weight. She had complained about having gained weight over the pandemic, so I provided her this opportunity. Now she wants to sue me because she doesn't like the way that she was represented in my documentary.
So I want to ask you this, Ms. Larson, and I'm going to give you a chance to continue your testimony. Why did you take on this project?
I took on this project because during the pandemic, like many people, but me personally, I gained 55 pounds. I was at 188 pounds. I contacted a friend. They connected me with Iris Lucy here. I knew that she was a well-known documentary writer and producer. I had the opportunity to be one of the 12 participants, and originally I was excited because it gave me an opportunity to clear my state of mind, to be in better health, but it was just not that.
So this wasn't about the acting for you?
No.
Do
Your
you
Honor.
want to be an actress?
Yes, Your Honor.
So this wasn't about acting?
This was about bringing a lens to something that's new, that water fasting for 30 days, and also giving me clarity.
I mean, you could just be honest if you wanted to be on camera, because there's a lot of other ways to get clarity, lose weight.
That's true, Your Honor.
And Your Honor,
But without being documented on camera.
Your Honor, but this was not a reality show, and when it was edited, it seemed just like that. This is a documentary. She showed bits and pieces of me and not the entirety of me. And if you're going to try to educate people on water fasting, wouldn't you do that, showing the good, the bad, and the ugly, Your Honor?
I have never tried water fasting in my life. I did try, however, lemon cleanse, but it only lasts for 10 days. And then you have about 2 days of prep and 2 days of coming out of it. So it ends up being about 14 days, which is 2 weeks. But I cannot even imagine water fasting for 30 days and not eating anything but water and being documented. I'm pretty sure there would have been some not so good moments when you're hungry, when you're cold, and there is a crew that's eating right next to you and you can smell the food. The torment is probably off the charts, but something tells me the director did it intentionally. So it wasn't just a documentary about water fasting. but also a little bit of a social experiment on how people could handle not eating for 30 days while the crew was eating right in front of them. Let's go back, guys.
Well, did you show the good and bad and the ugly, Miss Lucy?
Yes, I believe I did.
So let me ask you this, Miss Larson, before I head over there. I want to know from you, Miss Larson, what is it about the way you were portrayed that bothers you so much? I mean, let me just think about not eating anything for 30 days. I might cut a rug. You know what I'm saying, Sean? I mean, you might get some real ugly moments when I'm hungry, hangry. I mean, that's a tough fast. So what is it that you don't like?
She showed not the happy, peaceful moments that I experienced in the beginning at the start of the first half of the 30 days. She showed me crying all day. She showed me bickering with the other participants, throwing barbecue grills in the water because her crew was taunting me. And I expressed my concerns to Miss Lucy here, but she did not address them.
Oh, so you turned all the way up.
Yes.
Okay, so, all right. So, Miss Lucy, I want to understand from you, you are a documentary producer.
Correct.
You've told the court what it is your desire was to show. Why is it you did not capture a holistic view of Miss Larson, or do you feel like you did?
I feel like I did. And I will say, Your Honor, since day one, Miss Larson, as soon as the camera was turned on, she was dramatic. She was already picking fights with the other participants. The first day, she would have crying spells. It was clear she wanted to be in front of the camera. So it wasn't that I just happened to film her bad moments. They were all pretty bad moments to begin with.
And you have people in there eating food every day.
Yes, as they were explained, as the participants were explained from the get-go. Of course the crew was going to eat. Of course I was going to eat.
But
But you didn't have to eat in their faces.
It was a small space, Your Honor.
in Malibu, Your Honor. This is the mansion that she described earlier.
If you're in Malibu, there's a lot of places to take your food.
Well, for that matter, she could have
Outside, by
taken
the
her
beach.
food. She could have taken her food if she was so
She didn't have
tempted.
any food.
Well, I'm sorry, that's correct. She could have taken herself away from the food
How can I
if it bothered you. Instead, she chose to push the grill, which was cooking meat at the time, into the pool.
All right, so
Talk to your crew about
let me be clear. Why do you feel like she owes you more money? Because they were eating food in front of you? What is the basis of this claim? Why does she owe you $6,500 more?
She exhibited me in a light that was not betrothed of who I am today.
But she cannot edit any pieces of the video, and this is, and I'm glad you're here, because this is important to understand. In the world of documentaries and docuseries and reality TV and all of these things, it is clear that people cannot edit you in a light that you don't provide, right? If you don't provide them with the footage,
Amen.
the actions, they don't have anything to work with.
The judge is 100% right. They cannot show you in a light that you don't provide. If you're acting a certain way, like entitled brat, from what it sounds like a star of the show, and everyone around you is just the pawns while you're the queen, then that's exactly what they're gonna show. If you don't want to be seen in such light, then don't act it. On the other hand, Miss Actress, newsflash, happy and serene does not sell. What sells is conflict, some moral dilemmas that's happening, the fights, the arguing, someone acting absolutely insane. That's what sells the documentary. Remember the Jersey Shores. They did not sell it because they showed them being happy and getting along all the time. Fights and disagreements and arguments, that's exactly what sold that show. And I've never watched an episode, but it was something you could not avoid living in that time. And you heard about their behaviors, about their fights all the time. So there is that. Of course, they're gonna find something to show, so to keep people interested in that documentary. It's 30 days of water fasting. It would have been a scientific movie if they wanted to show only the benefits of water fasting. No, they 100% they wanted to show people and how they deal with no food for 30 days, being in a closed quarters with the crew that's been eating right in front of them, basically in their faces. Of course, there will be drama, there will be fights, and that's what sells the show. Let's go back.
Your Honor, can I just say one more thing? Is because I was not the only participant that exuded negative actions in that mansion. There were other participants who were going crazy just as much as I was, Your Honor, and yet not one moment were they shown in any other light but happy, joyful, and enjoying the experience. It was just me, Your Honor, and if I'm quote unquote the star of the show, then why am I not paid a star wage?
Oh. Okay, well, you can't. She popped on out, didn't she?
I think she
It's
did.
just what's right is right.
So
Your
wait,
Honor.
I thought you entered this for weight loss and clarity from the pandemic. You a star of the show now?
Well, Miss Lucy
Hallelujah.
here told me I was the star of the show. I did it because it's a documentary and not a reality show.
Listen,
Then why did you act like a reality star, throwing grills in the pool and whatnot?
And why did your crew act wrong? Just wrong.
My crew acted like a crew.
well, I'll say this. Ms. Larson, there is absolutely nothing wrong with your dream of being an actress.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You can't tell me that you didn't see a camera rolling and turn it up a notch to make sure that you were getting a lot of attention on that camera. Because that's what people who want to be actresses do.
Yeah.
And you're not going to convince me that that was not at least part of your motivation for doing this.
It was probably 10% of 15, 20% of the motivation that I had to do
95.
You
this.
are an actress, but a terrible mathematician. Because that was not 15 to 20% of your motivation. It was not. You got the attention. It wasn't what you wanted, but you were not defamed. And you are not owed another $6,500. With that said, judgment for the defendant. Court is adjourned.
So let me get this straight. The plaintiff has no problem being shown in that light if only she's being paid. That's interesting. So this whole lawsuit was about the money and not the defamation of the character, because it sounds like she doesn't care for such thing. She only cares if she's being paid. The contract is a contract. It was signed before the documentary was filmed and the terms were agreed upon. I feel like defendant didn't do anything wrong. And as a director of a movie, when you want to show a social experiment, and I really honestly feel like that's exactly what it was, they don't reveal the extent of how far they're willing to go and what exactly is going to happen, because people need to be caught in action. And their reaction has to be genuine and not prepared. And from what it sounds like, this actress was trying to act from day one, picking up the fights. She needed attention, obviously. She wanted to, what we call, pull the blanket onto herself rather than giving other people time to shine. If that's the case, can we blame the director for showing her from all the sides, the good, the bad, and the ugly, as the plaintiff said herself? I feel the judgment was 100% fair, but what do you guys think? Do you agree with it? Please put it in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.